Hello everyone, welcome to my sewing room. I'm Kim, and today's video I thought I'd just do a very quick update because I made the spring roll pouch which I showed you in my last video for my son, and he popped around the other day and my husband said show him the pouch. He loved it and he took it with him, which I didn't really want him to do because I wanted to improve on it. So I've carried on and I've done another one. And I still use the same fabrics, but I wanted to show you the difference between the one that was in the video last week to this one that I've just finished. And all I've done with this one is use Decaville Light. So this is the finished pouch. So I've got this beautiful really soft faux leather. I did make the handle a little bit longer because I like the idea of just being able to grab it and sort of, you know, take the bag. I did manage to get the zipper flatter to the side, so that I managed to do that by stitching the faux leather closer to the zipper teeth, and I put 2 pulls in the front. As you can see, she's definitely a lot more boxier and she's still squidgy, but she's got more of a firmer, squarer cube shape. So I'm just going to quickly open her up and just show you the inside. So the inside, all I did, basically the same as I did on the one that I did for my son. So I've got a divider zip in the middle. I didn't have enough red ripstop fabric, so I just improvised and put some orange here and used an orange zipper to bring that colour in, but I don't think you can really see much difference on the camera. So it's got a little popper pocket on the side. I didn't put anything on the other side, I've left that plain, but you can see that the ripstop's not bunching up as much because I've used a firmer interfacing. So I use that fast fuse from Country Cow Designs. So I have put a little bit of video in about me showing you the insides of it and what I did different to get this finished result. And I'll see you at the end of it because I'm also decided I want to make something. I want to make a blouse, and I'm going to talk through that, and hopefully you'll see that soon as well. So I'll see you in a minute. All I've done so far is I've cut out the exterior of the bag in this beautiful, very soft buttery faux leather from Oh So Crafty. So this is this really nice rich chocolate colour, and on the back already what I've decided to do is I've decided to put this panel of Decaville Light. Now I like Decaville Light because it gives structure and it also isn't too thick and it's not bulky. So I think it will give, it will start off giving the structure that I want. So as well as that, I've printed. The internal pieces I've cut out in ripstop fabric. I really like ripstop, and I don't know why. I've used what I've got, and it is quite lightweight ripstop. So what I've done is I've decided to interface it slightly differently this time. So I have used fast fuse fusible from Country Cow Designs because I love this stuff. Look at that glue. There is so much glue on there. So anything this adheres to, it doesn't move, it doesn't peel away, it's excellent. So I thought it'd be really good for the ripstop because ripstop has a tendency to free itself from the interfacing. So I have cut it out slightly different. So I've applied the fast fuse directly to the ripstop and then I've cut it out as one. So each of the pieces have been cut out as one. So that means that the ripstop won't shrink, because when I've cut it out before, it always seemed to be a little bit smaller than the actual pattern piece, and I don't know why. But at least with the fusible on it, before I started cutting, I've got some really nice, you know, all the edges are nice and straight. So I've cut all of those out. I didn't have enough red, because I was going to do all the inside red. I didn't have enough red, but I did have a little bit of orange, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a combination of colours inside, and I'm not too sure whether I'm going to use an orange or a red zipper. So that's all of the pieces cut out, and I'll show you the actual pattern. It has all of the bag sections here, so it shows you what each of the bag sections are, so then you can decide what fabric you want to make them in. I've decided to make literally everything inside in ripstop, and my external piece and my handle in the faux leather. But if you wanted to make your pockets in a different fabric, you could really mix up the fabrics. You also have lots of options of whether you want to have an elasticated pocket, or a flat zipper pocket, or a slip pocket, a divider pocket. So you can build up your own pouch to have what you like. So I'm just going to put a divider zipper in the middle, because I quite like the divider zippers, and I'm going to put one slip pocket on the edge, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Then it tells you need various zippers, and you can have the option to have rivets. I do like rivets because I've got my green machine, and I do like to add those. So I started off with my external piece. So with the external piece, I added that Decaville light already. I did put one of my little labels on, so I've stitched that on, so you can see that it's stitched on. And I've also cut out some Styleville. So with the Styleville, I've used the pattern piece, and then I've gone around each edge and removed the seam allowance, and the seam allowance on this was 3/8 of an inch. So I've got a nice margin around that Styleville. So what I'm going to do now is I am actually going to put my fast fuse on top of my Styleville and seal it all in. So I'm just going to go over to the iron and do that, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Bear with me. So you can see that I've ironed it on. I've actually cut it slightly bigger, so I'm going to trim around that fast fuse, following the pattern around. So there we go. So she has all been trimmed back. So you can see the benefit of doing that is you've got your Styleville nice and spongy in the middle. It doesn't go into the seam allowance, which means there's going to be no bulk when it's all brought together. So I can put the handles on now. So I've made the handles as per the instructions, but because this is bulky, I've also decided to cut some of this fabric out from the handles, because they are folded back on themselves like that, and then they sit on top of the pouch, and then they're riveted in. So I'm going to do that, and those little cutout areas you won't see, but they also, I mean, there's no bulk there at all, so those rivets will really hold the handle nice and firm. So that's the handle in. So it's been double riveted, it's nice and strong, and because I've taken that bulk out, it sits really nice and flat to the exterior of the case. I'm really pleased with that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go off and bring it all together and see whether my choice of interfacing works better this time. Sorry about the noise, my husband's watching football. So I will see you in a tick. There's the inside. A lot happier with this set of interfacings and stabilisers that I've used. She's definitely a lot more sturdier. You can see the rivets on the side that hold the divider pocket in place, and also the rivets on the top of the handles, so they bring it all together. Now, she was a real effort to birth because we're having these mini heat waves here in the UK. She was a real effort to bring through that opening, but she's really quite nice. I like her. But now my son George has got his pouch, I thought I might keep this one for myself and use her on my sewing socials that I go to, because she's a lot more sturdier, and I think she will definitely work really well. And I'm glad I have made her, I've got it out of my system, and now I can move on. And this morning when I put this blouse on, I haven't worn this for a while. It is a little bit big, but in this weather at the moment, it's quite nice to have something really loose on. And I thought I would really like to make another one of these. I did adapt the pattern slightly because I wanted something with 3/4 length sleeves. So I put 3/4 length sleeves on with a bit of elastic around the cuff area or the sleeve end, and she just fits really nicely, and I thought she feels really good, so I think I'm going to make another one. So I'm going now to have a look through my stash to see what I can find, and I'm going to add this project onto my list of ever-growing projects, so you will see her come in very soon. The weather today is still baking hot, and I'm sure all of you outside the UK are fed up of hearing about the weather that we are going through here in the UK, but it is an absolute nightmare, and been watching the forecast like mad, and we are hopefully going to get a little bit of rain sometime this week. So fingers crossed we'll get a little bit of rain and the weather will cool down. And the reason why I probably talk about the heat so much is because it just makes it really difficult to sew in. Our houses are built to hold heat in, so when it gets really hot, sometimes it's, even though it's hot outside, it's sometimes cooler to sit out in the sun than it is to sit in our houses. So yeah, it's not great for sewing. So I feel really inspired now by putting this blouse on this morning. So I'm going to go off and have a look at my pattern and the sizing, and you will hopefully see this soon as well. So wherever you are, have a brilliant day. This was just a very quick impromptu video. I will be doing my usual one next week, but I just wanted to update you on that pouch because I've got it out of my system. So see you next week. Take care. Bye.